Come on in. Come on in. Huddle up. Huddle up. Time to circle up, y'all. Let's huddle up. Welcome in. Welcome in. If this is your first huddle, I welcome you. If you've been in our other huddles, welcome back. Come on in, take a seat. Just gonna take a few minutes to huddle up. You know, it's our custom. Before we jump into anything, we gotta do our feelings check, right? We gotta do our feelings check. I heard some of y'all say that with. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the mood meter up. Let's just check in with our mood, see how we feeling. You know, things get moving fast. You know, we go from one thing to the next. We gotta check how we are feeling. Let's have a mindful moment. Check how we're feeling, because how we feel impacts how we show up. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that today. Let's review one norm for our huddle today. All right. Today's norm is awareness, no judgment. All right. Connection question for the day. You know, we always do a connection question. They kind of bring us in to connect the room. Folks is checking in from all over the world. So let's go ahead and connect with this one question. What is one way that burnout has changed how you show up? We done all been burnt out before. I don't care how you led, whether you led your own business, whether you led somebody else's business, whether you led school, nonprofit, for profit, leading parents, leading teams as a coach, sports team, athletic team, corporate teams. You done felt some kind of burnout before. That's something we all can connect with. The question for you right now in this huddle is, how has it changed how you show up? Is your patience shorter? Do you tend to withdraw? Some people like to withdraw when they feel burnt out. Do you start doing stuff yourself when you feel burned out? Do you feel a need to be more in control? What is it about you when you're burnt out? How does it change how you show up? You can answer it in your head. You can put it in the comments if you feel comfortable. You know what I mean? But the reality of it is, we all know that you show up different when you're burnt out than when you're not burnt out. Some of y'all burnt out right now. Where my teachers at? Where my school leaders at? You just came off of the winter break, and you already looking at when is the next holiday? When is the next 3-day weekend? You know what I'm saying? People looking at their time. How much time I got? Can I call out? What's going on with PTO? Right? Because the burnout tends to set in at different times. It's real. How do you show up differently? Okay. What do you notice about yourself when you get tired? How do you respond differently to people when you get overloaded? Listen, burnout doesn't just make us tired, right? It's not about burnout is not just about being tired. You could be tired and not be burnt out. Burnout quietly changes how we lead. Let that sit with you for a minute. Burnout quietly changes how we show up and how we lead. Think about it. You fill in the blanks. When I'm rested, I show up blank. When I feel burnt out, I show up. You fill a blank. We all different. We all lead. We all got different leadership styles. We all lead from different perspectives, right? But you gotta again, you have to be aware of these things if we're going to continue to grow as leaders. I mentioned in another video, we are losing too many good leaders to burnout. We just are. People packing it up. I don't care what capacity that might be. Even if you don't physically leave your position, to retreat within your position sometimes is even worse. And so we got to ask ourselves, and again, this is not a question to answer right now in this huddle. It's something for you to notice. When my tank is almost empty, who am I becoming? How does it affect the people that I lead? How does it affect my business? How does it affect my school? How does it affect my team? How does it affect my family and my household? It's changing you whether you know it or not. And so before we can start getting into the answers on and getting into the how do we reduce burnout and how do we recover from burnout, we got to acknowledge the fact that it's real. It's affecting the way that we show up, and it's having an impact on those that we lead. This has been another huddle. I appreciate you showing up. Listen, tap back in next week. We're going to try to do these every week around the same time to keep these huddles going. If you have an idea, if you have a thought, if you have something you want to bring to the huddle, put it in the comments, reach out to me on social media. Let me know. Let me know what you want to talk about. Let me know what you want to huddle up about. All right, this is about reapproaching people, leaders, and systems. And right now we're focusing on leaders. All right. See you next time.